What if I told you that the average person will spend 4 hours grinding and I'll finish the same task in 40 minutes? This isn't clickbait, it's a system. I call it the 10-80-10 method, and it's how my agency Breadloaf is pumping out YouTube scripts, ad campaigns, pitch decks, and even website copy at speed that honestly feels unfair. By the end of this video, you'll have my exact playbook and a template you can steal today. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Mark Milliton, founder of Breadloaf, Retention Labs, D2C growth nerd, Calavio lifer, and full-time marketing practitioner. Over the last year, I've been obsessed with one thing: how to plug AI into real agency workflows to ship better work and do it faster. No, there's no theory here, no 5 secret prompts. I'm diving into actual usage across copywriting, scripting, concepting, pitch deck, audits, website copy, all of it. And look, I know there's a lot of noise out there. Gurus are complicating AI to sell you a course. We're not doing that. I'm giving you the system we use every day. And by the end of this video, you'll know what the 10-80-10 method is, how to run it on anything from a YouTube video script to a legal letter. I'm gonna show you proof it works and where it doesn't. And I'm gonna show you the pitfalls to avoid so AI doesn't make you dumber. And lastly, I'm gonna give you a 7-day implementation plan and my prompt pack you can copy today. With that being said, let's dive into it. So this whole thing started because I was sick of the lag time. Need website copy? I had to wait for the brief, onboard a copywriter, go through multiple rounds of revisions. It could take a week or two. I wanted turnaround times today without lowering the bar. So after some time, I trained my AI stack, mainly ChatGPT, to understand my voice, my clients, my briefs, and what great looks like in retention marketing, customer acquisition, CRO development, and creative services. Now, when I need a script or a deck, I already know the inputs that AI needs to deliver the output I want. That's the heart of the 10-80-10 method. So what is the 10-80-10 method in the first place? Well, it's really 3 different phases. The first is the 10, and it's the input. You do 10% of the work on front. You gather the right raw material, goals, audience, research, constraints, and your point of view. I call this the meat and potatoes of the brief. Then we get into the 80. It's the AI execution. AI does 80% of the lift here. It drafts, structures, expands, and explores. This is where the speed happens. The last 10%, brand voice, precision, punchlines, compliance, that's your fingerprint. So here's the proof it works and where it doesn't. In a large-scale case study, giving workers AI assistance boosted productivity 14% on average, especially for newer team members. That maps to exactly what I see on our team at Breadloaf. Junior employees level up fast when paired with good systems. Developers using AI pair programming finished tasks 55% faster. It's the exact same dynamic when it comes to marketers writing copy and building briefs. And here's the big picture. Generative AI could add trillions in economic value and accelerate knowledge work productivity if you implement it intentionally. But here's an important nuance that you must remember. When tasks are open-ended and creative, AI can massively boost output. When tasks are analytical, hidden with traps, AI can confidently lead you off a cliff. That's why the final 10 is a non-negotiable in the 10-80-10 model. So now we're gonna dive deeper into the first 10. These are the inputs that make AI print money when it comes to productivity. If you feed AI vague mush, you get vague mush. Here's my meat and potatoes brief I use before every prompt. So first we start off with the objective. What outcome must this asset drive? What are we looking for here? What's the main objective of this project in the first place? It needs to be clearly defined. If you can't define it, AI is gonna have no idea what you wanna do. Next, we wanna define the audience and the context. Who, where, what's the buying stage? We wanna give context to AI so it knows how it should actually operate. And what's the final output? What's the taste that you wanna give the meat and potatoes here? Then we dive into voice and point of view. Write in my voice, direct, practical, D2C operator, no fluff. You wanna define what's the voice you wanna write in. It doesn't have to be your voice, it can be someone else's voice. Or it can be your voice and someone else's point of view. The more clearly you can define this, the better output you're gonna get at the end of the day. Next is the raw research. This is the bullet points, the links, product specs, performance data, case notes, analytics exports, raw data. This is where you're going to upload the research. And then once you have this information, this is the fundamentals that's gonna train the AI model to understand what it is that they should pull from. Large language models can't search everything at once. They're searching for pieces. So the more you can give it pieces, the better it's going to be and the more productive it's going to be in defining the end output. Next, we have the non-negotiables. These are the claims to avoid, legal and compliance components, offer CTAs. You want to give some constraints to AI here on what are the non-negotiables with the end output. Then we have the format and the constraints. What's the length, the structure, the platform, time limit, UTM, asset list, word count, character count. These formats and constraints are going to help further define what's the end output in the dream product. Lastly, we have the examples to match. This is where you're going to give examples and you're going to upload those examples so AI knows what to mimic when delivering the final product. The cool thing here is once you've trained AI and you've done multiple things with it, you can reference other projects that you've done and it will bring that back. So you can say, hey, I really like that YouTube video script you did about this topic. Then it'll reference it and then write the same type of thing for you in the future with a new topic. In fact, this video script is built on the 10 from a podcast I recorded on the exact method. You can listen to that podcast on the Brand Building Podcast. I fed that transcription plus my notes into AI and then ran the 80 and the 10 to land on this actual video script. Now we're going to talk about the 80 in more detail. This is where we're going to let AI do the heavy lifting. I don't ask AI for the final. I ask for the stage deliverables in a pipeline. First up, we have the skeleton. Within the skeleton, we want to ask it questions like this one. Draft a 10 to 12 minute outline with a hook, promise, proof, framework, demo, pitfall, CTA, keeping my voice. That's ultimately the skeleton. You want to frame the skeleton first. Next, we have expansion. Expand each beat to 120 to 180 words. Add B-roll cues, on-screen text, and chapter timing. And next we have options. Give me 5 alternative hooks, 3 CTA options, 7 video titles, 5 thumbnail lines. And then we have the specifics. Weave in these research bullets and this client example. Cite sources from stats. Those are great elements of specifics that you can add in here. And lastly, we have the formatting. Deliver as a script so I can read it to a camera, keep sentences punchy. Great example of formatting. Pro tip, never accept version 1. Ask for 3 variants, steal the best parts, and put it together. And it's the same pattern if you want to use it for ad campaigns. Start off with the brief, concept out mood boards, ask for 10 hooks, 5 scripts, 30 headlines, 10 primary text, and 5 lander angles. For pitch decks, it's the same. Start off with the story arc, then add in slide headlines, talking points, data slots, and design prompts. And then we have the final 10, the plating, the punch up, and the precision. This is where you're the chef providing the kiss at the end of the line. Think like an executive chef at the past. Your team, the AI, did the cooking. Now you plate. Make sure to read it out loud. Anywhere you stumble, rewrite the piece. Enforce the voice. Does it sound like me? If it's generic, tell AI, more edge, less fluff, keep it clean. Next, you want to tighten the structure. Cut out the repetition, move the strongest proof up, make some structural changes. And next we have fact and compliance checks. Check the claims, the numbers, the screenshots, make sure it's all right. Even AI can make mistakes. And next we have the brand offer and the CTA. Make sure it all ladders to your actual business goal. If you don't know what great looks like, AI won't fix that. It'll just help you ship more mediocre faster. Final 10% is where the real taste lives. Now I'm going to tell you how I use the 10-80-10 model when it comes to real agency workflows in my business. The first is YouTube videos and podcasts. This is where we do research, we script out everything, we create chapters, titles, thumbnails, shorts. We really use it as the foundation for each new episode we're pushing forward. Next is ad creative. This is where we come out with the ad concept boards, the hooks, scripts, shot list, and post-production notes. Then we have our retention channels. This is where we help build calendars, flow logic, copy variants, segmentation hypotheses, and deliverability checks. And then we have pitch decks and audits. This is where we build the story arc, slide headlines, findings, executive summaries, and an appendix. And then we have CRO and landing page projects. This is where we come up with the angle stack, wireframes, section copy, FAQs, and social proof. And then we have hiring and operations. This is where we come up with JDs, scorecards, onboarding checklists, weekly briefs. We even put together job postings and offer letters when it comes to hiring new employees. And then we have legal and admin. This is where we come up with first drafts for legal letters before our counsel actually comes around to finalizing it. Always have a lawyer review your legal information. So now I want to talk about the pitfalls that can kill results. The first is vague inputs. Write an ad for my product equals trash. use the meat and potatoes brief. One and done prompts also suck. Iterate, version, and combine the best parts together. Next, you're letting AI be the strategist. It's a force multiplier, not a CEO. If you don't know strategy to begin with, you're gonna end up with pretty crummy strategy at the end. I love AI because I feel like it's a supercharger for white collar professionals. It's literally a supercharger you put on your back that helps you maximize your output and produce quality work. Next is no verification. If there's a number or a claim, verify or cite it. And lastly, using AI on the wrong tasks can kill things. Creative ideation, it's great. Nuanced analytical reasoning with hidden traps, you want to proceed carefully. Humans outperform there unless you give insane structure. So now I'm going to give you the 7-day implementation plan that I promised you from the beginning. So on day 1, I want you to save my meat and potatoes brief as a template in your notes and use it as a tool. Start practicing and start building your own meat and potato brief using that same framework. On day 2, I want you to pick one recurring task, for example, weekly email campaigns, and run the 10-80-10 model and time it. See how long it takes you. And on day number 3, I want you to build your AI pipeline prompts. I want you to outline, expand, develop options, and format it. Save them and iterate with this over time. The only way you're gonna get good at using AI is by using it and practicing and seeing what works for you. On day number 4, you wanna add guardrails, fact check checklists, compliance lines, tone words, add guardrails to each project. And on day number 5, plug in research. Plug in 5 to 10 links you trust per niche. Ask AI to summarize them, and then you verify them with the last 10. On day number 6, systematize handoffs. Your team feeds the first 10, how you deliver the final 10. The more you can build systems here, you can rely on your team to get the first 10 and AI to get the last 80 and you to finalize the last 10 along the way. And on day number 7, this is when you're gonna wanna review metrics, time saved, quality score, outcomes, open CTRs, book calls, keep what works and cut what doesn't. And now I wanna wrap it up with a little bit of QA rapid fire. Which tool should you use? Use the paid tier of your primary model so you get good context, speed, and reliability. Keep it simple. The fewer tools, the deeper mastery. It doesn't matter if you're using Grok or using OpenAI, whatever it is, pick one and just double down on it. The next question is, will AI replace my team? It levels up juniors and it frees seniors for higher leverage work. That 14% lift in studies showed the biggest gains for less experienced folks. Build your systems and let people climb up fast. And then lastly, what if my outputs feel generic? That's the final 10 problem. Fix the inputs, add point of view, and punch up voice. More specifics, more proof, and sharper edges will make your product and end result better. So if you want my 10-80-10 prompt pack, including the meat and potatoes brief, my pipeline prompts, and a QA checklist, drop a comment below saying 10-80-10, and I'll send it to you. If you're a 7, 8, or 9-figure D2C brand and you want this wired into your retention engine, there's a link below for a free discovery call to getting an audit with me and my team at Breadloaf. So AI is not about replacing talent. It's about supercharging it. When you run the 10-80-10 model, you become the executive chef and AI is the kitchen. You control the quality, the speed, and the outcome. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you had any questions, please feel free to put it in the comments. Like and subscribe if you like this video and you want to see more of this content in the future. As always, love you guys. Peace. See you again.